Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. And for this particular video, kindly let me know the name of the constituency you voted in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, last week, the High Court in Kenya made some ruling which will definitely shape the politics of the country moving forward. The High Court declared Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance as the majority party in the National Assembly, which means Kimani Ichung'wah should actually stop being the majority leader and Junet Mohammed should take over immediately. I've actually seen Millie Mambona declaring herself as the majority whip in the National Assembly. I want to appeal to Junet Mohammed, please kick Kimani Ichung'wah out of that office. The same court also ruled that there is no way Moses Masika Wetangula can be the Speaker of the National Assembly and at the same time the party leader of Ford Kenya. He must choose one. And in my analysis yesterday, which is doing so well, I explained that probably William Ruto is behind the move because he wants to punish Moses Masika Wetangula. But in this particular video, I want us to talk about something which is also now very clear, that Raila Odinga can now easily impeach William Ruto from office after the courts declared Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance as the majority leader in the National Assembly. So in this video, I want us to do that critical analysis. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to dive in. But again, before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to introduce you guys to Global Concrete and Construction Limited. They specialize in waterproofing services. Like, for example, I know most of you are experiencing those who have flat roofs, the leakages there, they deal with that. Water tanks which are leaking, they deal with that. Septic tanks, they deal with that. Swimming pools, I know some of you might not know that swimming pools also leak. Ground slabs, they deal with basements, amongst others. They also deal with waterworks, civil works, and of course, protective coatings. You can always contact them using the numbers you are seeing on the screen there. Ladies and gentlemen, why do I strongly believe that Raila Odinga can now impeach William Ruto if he wants to? First of all, let us go back to 2022. Why do you think William Ruto rushed so fast to win over to his side the 14 members from those other parties? There were 5 parties which William Ruto persuaded to join him. In fact, the truth is Azimio won the majority. Constitutionally, Azimio ought to have been the majority party in the National Assembly. But as a majority party, it means they were going to be in charge of government business in the House. So which means if Azimio, and at that time, remember the kind of elections we had, there was no way you would have expected, for example, Junet Mohammed to push for William Ruto's agenda in the National Assembly. William Ruto knew that for him to succeed, for him to push his agendas, he needed someone from his side. And that was only going to be possible if he was declared, if Kenya Kwanza was declared the majority leader. I mean, the majority party in the National Assembly. So he did that. So right now, if Raila Odinga wants to impeach William Ruto, simple. His members of parliament can take that to parliament. His majority leader will pass it through there. It will find its way on the floor of the House. But I want to explain to you guys why I strongly believe that Raila Odinga now has the chance, if he wants. Because remember, they are currently working with William Ruto. But if he decides to impeach Ruto, because you know, the AU will be going for election. The outcome too. Either Raila Odinga will win or Raila Odinga will lose. If Raila Odinga were to lose, he can come back. If he were to win, he can still come back. But I strongly believe that that impeachment is possible because over the weekend, there was some funeral in Alego. And this was Jimbi Wanjigi.
If you are now the majority in parliament, since they showed us ya kwamba you can impeach a deputy, he does not have to finish the full term. Kweli ya masikwe, kweli ya masikwe. Hao wakisema wako majority, let me even tell you, hata those MPs of Mount Kenya ambao wamebaki na yeye, unajua they cannot go home. They are finished in Mount Kenya. They will join you to impeach this man to get new life for their siasa. Mmeshika hivyo? Mmeshika hivyo? Ama mnataka kojea another 5 years? Uchungu haijaingia vizuri? No, maybe you want to feel more pain. Unajua they say people are masochists. They want to feel pain kila saa. You want to feel pain? Haya, mimi nauliza hivi. If they do not impeach him by March, hawa wamelala. Wamelala. Na kama mnalala, the new game is now going to come. Mmeshika? And that new game itafakia watu wengi sana hapa nchini. Itakuwa kama ile ya Trump. Itakuwa kama ile ya Trump. You know, I know munaombea baba aende AU. Even me, he's my friend. He has died with me. And I wish him the best in his personal ambitions. This is the time for true change. True change. And for those who are in parliament, nasema by March, mnashika vizuri. If by March they don't do anything, hapa nimechukua kijana maridadi wenu wa Nyia, anaitwa Willis Otieno Ochieng.
James Orengo also attended the same funeral. I want you also to listen to James Agri Bob Orengo.
I can tell you, I cannot sacrifice the truth for any political gain. I'll always say the truth. I'll always say the truth. And I think I've survived in politics because of saying the truth. When I won an election, we didn't have money to run around with, but at least there was some element of fairness. Now, I'm asking my party ODM, don't lose this thing that the High Court of Kenya has said that Azimio is the majority party. Don't leave it, because instead of sitting on the table with whoever is in power, the court is giving you what belongs to you. Why are we giving up? Why is Kenya giving up when history and everything is behind you? We don't want career politicians. We have people with convictions. This is what will bring change to Kenya. Don't go to somebody's house and you're given a good meal and then you forget that the next meal will not be the same. You know, we have got it wrong since independence. We got it wrong. And that's why even the Gen Zs who are talking about here, I believe that your cry still cannot be heard because all the time we get it all wrong. We are 2.5 years to the elections and everybody's talking about the elections. Everybody's talking about the elections because that is our mindset. But there was the only great thing that Stalin said. Stalin was a Soviet leader. He said, instead of wasting time with the voters, you spend your time with those who count the votes.
Those talks of impeachment, in my view, are not far-fetched. Why do I strongly believe that Raila Odinga can actually impeach William Ruto if he wants? Number one, depending on the outcome of the AU, more so if Raila Odinga were to lose. I've seen a clip by Mohisa Kitui, who is saying that Raila Odinga is definitely going to lose. If Raila Odinga were to lose the AU bid, he can decide to come back and take charge of parliament, reinvent himself using parliament. Junet Mohammed will, being a Raila man, will be told, wait, go take that seat. The courts have already pronounced themselves there. Junet will rush very fast, take charge of parliament, or they will just paralyze parliament. And by doing that, Raila will be able to reinvent himself. Because any keen political observer would tell you that currently in the Republic of Kenya, the face of opposition is now Rigathi Gachagua. So Raila Odinga can come back and reclaim that. Number two, politics is a game of numbers, real or perceived. The reason why William Ruto reached out to Raila Odinga is because he knew the fallout between him and Rigathi Gachagua was happening. And with Raila Odinga took with him his numbers to his side. Now let's face it, Rigathi Gachagua was impeached. Who impeached Rigathi Gachagua? Which votes? If Azimio had not voted for the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, there is no way it would have succeeded. As we speak, Rigathi Gachagua has won more support, more MPs from the mountain to his side. Which means if Azimio can team up with Rigathi Gachagua, I don't know whether they can get the 2/3, but those numbers, those numbers are real. Those numbers are real because let's face it, Rigathi teaming up with Raila to impeach Ruto when Ruto is at his lowest can work. I'm not saying it's going to work, but it can work. I'm seeing it's something which can actually be pursued with some positive outcome. Number three is the timing. William Ruto, as we speak today in the Republic of Kenya, is very unpopular. Ruto is very unpopular. But he's also very strategic. And political realignments are also taking shape as we speak. Those are the realities. So the timing is perfect if they were to pursue it. And lastly, there's also the Mount Kenya factor. Who is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya today? Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. If, for example, William Ruto were to be impeached, who would take over? Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. That would mean handing over power back to the mountain. The mountain can convene a meeting at the mid of the night, and agree to support this impeachment. Remember what Rigathi Gachagua did during the ELA, East African Legislative Assembly elections, when the mountain decided to support their own. Kanini Kega, Sabina Chega. No, was it? Yeah, Kanini Kega. And also they were able to lock out through votes those who are being proposed by William Ruto. They can do that because impeaching Ruto will serve the political interest of the mountain. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just given you my thoughts. Think about it. Let me know in the comment section whether it's possible or not. And if it is not possible, explain to me why you think it's not possible. Because for me, removing William Ruto is now one of the easiest things through parliament. Because initially I've always maintained that Ruto can be easily removed from office through the ballot. But the question has always remained, who can? But right now, there's a chance in parliament. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.